when you take a CT, an X-ray, an MRI, whatever it may be, most people think that they're looking at a picture, and then they interpret that picture, and then they in turn write a report, and then they're done. What I want people to understand is that image that we see is the very tip of the iceberg. We can do so much with that image. We can modify it to help us better understand diseases, hopefully help us better design treatments. So what we've done is we've taken a snake CT, it's an arteriovenogram, so we're seeing the blood vessels as well. And normally this would just be all one color. And I'm just going to zoom in, and we're actually seeing the vasculature of this animal. So this is the real vasculature and not something that was computer generated. We could start to separate out bones. Imagine that, you take this complex image, say of a skull, and to be able to draw out and identify the different regions or bones. That's incredible for learning and understanding anatomy. It's also very important if you're doing surgical planning. If you know what's normal, the abnormal jumps out. All right, so what we're looking at is an augmented reality version of a dog CT. You can see the scapula right there. You can start to see the ribs there. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go through the spinal cord. So we're actually going to go right into the spinal cavity. There we go. Now we're actually going right on through here. And we can blow these up, make this like this dog is giant in this particular image, or we can make smaller images and work with that as well. And we could walk around this subject. It can be projected on a table as it is here. And we can modify this. This technology is fairly new, and it will likely progress rapidly. You see all those colored squares, and what they're doing is they're detecting the background on which the image will be projected. So this is augmented reality. With VR, it puts you into an environment, and you get to look all around, and you get to see the subject right in front of you. You can go into the subject. The basic components are you have to have some type of VR headset. Okay, and this is going to put you into that artificial world, and then controllers, which are going to be these right here. They just light up when I move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the headset here. So now we have the golden eagle here, and we can move this bird any way we like. Okay, now we've got the lungs up here, we've got the kidneys down here, and all of a sudden I have a new view of this animal, and I can better understand how it's put together. So this tool really helps us understand. Now you can do this with a clinical case as well, where we can start to map out the surgery of this animal and in 3 dimensions. So I'm literally going through this, and I can put it right up to my face, and I can get in there to look at the vasculature. And if I really wanted to understand the anatomy of something before I went in and did surgery, this would be a great tool to help me understand that. Ultimately it comes down to, this is neat, it's great, it's cool, but it doesn't apply to me. I live in the middle of nowhere, and my clients aren't interested in this stuff. So I'm going to counter that with, how many of your clients are online? What if we can project that radiograph online through telemedicine, and we can now talk to the client? They can go to a website or a link, and they can now go along with you. In fact, you can move the radiograph, make adjustments real time. You're in your office, or maybe even your technician, and you're utilizing your technical staff to explain why we need to do something. We have the ability now to start to do that and communicate with our clients better. So what I'm really excited about is what we're going to be doing at VMX in January 2019. We're going to take you through these new technologies. You're going to get the opportunity to try this on and to see how this would actually work in your practice, in your home even. I want to meet you, I want to show you how this can be applicable, and I love hearing your ideas, the what ifs. What if we could do this or that? And that's why I brought these companies, because they take those what ifs and they make them real for us. And that's why I want you to come to VMX this coming January.